What up, people? It's Annie here. And this stupid thing on my screen. Anyway, Annie here, or Guild Forever, however you want to call me. Review for Fairy Tail episode 300. That's what 2 zeros. I only have one hand though, so if you put these together like this, you get what I mean. Episode 300. So there's a new Spriggan, actually 2 new Spriggans that that are now being unfolded onto the battlefield. One called August, who is apparently known as the Wizard King. Apparently this dude is super strong. Like him just being involved, it's like the end of the world kind of deal. Or it's like, even if you were winning all this time, he's involved, so it's a GG. I don't know what this guy does, but when it comes to anything electrical or anything energy charged is being disrupted by his presence alone, I'm assuming. And he's headed toward the guild hall, so he's definitely going to be a very strong opponent to deal with. Let's see how they handle him though. Like, they still got a pretty good numbers there. They got pretty good wizards there too. Well, at the same time, Mavis came up with an idea to almost guarantee their victory over Zeref, and it has to do with freeing Mavis from the fairy heart crystal she's in. Not exactly sure what she's planning to do with this plan of hers. I'm curious on what exactly it's going to be, but I'm sure the moment we get closer and closer to the end or midway of this arc, we're going to uncover what Mavis' plans is. As well as now, we got another crazy strong Spriggan show up, known as Ryan Hart or something like that. Something like that. Forget his name. But he has the ability to manifest someone's historia or someone of great importance in their lives and take physical form. And it's almost like they're there, really, but they're not there. It's like their existence at that moment was created from magic alone, but their subconscious and everything involving them is there, unless it's just a complete illusion, which I doubt it is. But yeah, Urza is dealing with 3 powerful opponents they had to deal with. Forgot the pink-haired names girl, where she's from, to be honest. Those can explain that, that'd be nice. And she's fighting Explosion Wood guy from the Tenro Island arc. He was a crazy strong opponent, let me tell you. And now also Kagura, no, not Kagura, Kayu. I forgot her name, but I know she's from the Tartaros Island arc. She's the one that increases the sensitivity of pain, and she made Urza go through hell, man. She made her go through hell by giving her giving her a huge crash course of how does it feel of having pain at the highest level. So now that Urza, not only is she fighting all 3 of these people, she's fighting all of them at the same time. This is an unwinning battle. While this dude is like at the safety of that, he doesn't even need to fight. He just manifests them and they do all the fighting for him while he sits there on his little ass watching the show. And it's not just there. He can use this magic on a grand scale. Loctus has to fight Prickton, or should I say Hades, however he likes to call himself. Leon and Gray have to fight their master Or. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. This is nuts. Urza, in my opinion, Urza has the most difficult battle. But Gray and Leon have the most difficult battle emotionally, because they were forced to briefly part with their master. Now they're forced to fight their master in order to bring down Alvarez. What I'm concerned is, I already know, it's like, I don't think they're going to have well, maybe, it depends. I don't exactly know how strong Ur is, but I do know this. How in the hell? How in the hell? Oh, sorry about that, guys. Anyway, what I was saying is, I feel like in terms of strength, Leon and Gray got this, but it's just how are they gonna take down Orr when it's their master, the person that's very important to them. It's like physically they got this, but mentally they don't. So it's kind of like a mind game. But they need to understand their master is gone. There's not around. This is I don't know if you can even say if that's their real master now, because to be honest, this Spriggan's power is a bit complicated to me. So if someone can explain it on further detail, that'd be great. And yes, that does count as a question, motherfudger. So yeah, that's a question. Zareth looks like he's delving further and further into his own villain. Like before in the series, he felt more like a tragic victim. Even still, he kind of is a victim. He has no choice but to be evil. Otherwise, everyone around him dies. Everyone around him is gonna die regardless. So at least this way he can control who lives and who dies to some extent. But the only way he can do that is to has to make sure he has no empathy for lives. By not having empathy for lives, it allows him better to manipulate and control his power. If you want to call it that. That whatever that is a freaking curse. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everyone you come across just dies because you have remorse, you feel for human life, you care about human life, and because of that, you have no choice but to be a villain. Literally, you have no other choice. And you can't die. That's the worst part. You can't even freaking die. You're forced to live for eternity, or how long, until someone is strong enough to kill you, if that's even possible. Natsu had the chance, but apparently if Zareth dies, so does Natsu. I do not know if that's true or not, but Zareth doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would lie about something like that, especially someone that's wanting to die. But I find it funny that you say it now out of nowhere when you should have mentioned it before. But shit. Now that if Zareth dies, Natsu dies. So the only thing I can think of that could possibly stop Zareth, while at the same time not kill him so Natsu could live, and furthermore deal with Zareth's problem, the only thing I can think of is to seal him up. If you seal him up like what happened with Mavis, the whole, fairy heart thing in the crystal diamond, whatever, I feel like that's the only way Zareth can be free from his curse, while at the same time Natsu does not have to die in the end. So with that in mind, cause if Zareth dies, Natsu dies. We can't have that. He needs to be sealed up. He needs to be put down in a permanent sleep to where he's kind of like in a coma-like state. He's not alive, but he's not physically conscious. So by doing this, Zareth can rest in peace while not needing to worry about his problem with his curse, while at the same time Natsu is still alive, walking and kicking with no problem. Unless they find a way later on in the series to completely eradicate this curse of his. I don't know how, but because once again, Zareth is not a villain. He's just a dude that has to do what he's got to do in order to better control this plague that he freaking can't control. He has better ways of he can better control it now thanks to him having no empathy for human compassion. But it's like what can you really do when you have a curse like that? You really have no choice. You're either evil or you're a good guy killing good people. You don't have a choice. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, let's get to the second question, shall we? Question 2. What would be a good question too? Damn, I cannot think of a good question too, for fudge's sake. What would be a good question too? Out of all, based on this Spriggan Reinhardt his ability, out of all the characters that you would want to be manifested against another particular character, let's just say a fairy tale character, who would you want to be manifested that was not manifested that you just seen? And let me know why. Like, let me know the reason why you would want them to be, because it's an interesting battle. It'd just be good to get more development on this character, even through this means, because we didn't get much of them. Let me know in the comment section below who. And don't forget to like, comment, sub if you haven't already. It motivates me to put more content out there for you guys as my guildmates. I'll see you guys all in future reactions. Peace. I'm out.